got the thing all the way exploded. Now let's start off. So most of this ship is built out of Stroud, Eklund, so you might want to get a lot of your specialty parts before you start your build. I highly recommend having an outpost with the larger landing platform so you can have access to all the parts you're going to need. And so what I did was I went to Stroud Eklund first to get my specialty parts, such as the battle station or the living quarters. Alright, so there we go. So I started with the, I guess you could say, middle section first. So we started with a lot of Stroud parts here. So we got the nose cap, C, and you can just flip those. Then we go into the Nova Galactic on the wings, all the way to a Stroud Docker. It's mirrored on the other side. The only difference is I put a storeroom since I don't need another docker and a window to kind of balance out the look. In the middle, as far as the habitats, it's all preference, so it's whatever you want in the middle. Me personally, I like having the setup that I have. I'll show you why when we tour the inside. So we have a science lab, a Stroud computer core, a battle station 2x2. This you will need to go to Stroud Eklund Starter to get. I forget which system it's in. I'll put it in the notes. Stroud Armory. It's an infirmary. A 3-in-1. Living quarters. You're gonna need a couple canopy ways. The workshop, storeroom, and a science lab. I am using a Class B drive just because it's kind of flat. And then more Nova Galactic wings. A couple other little details you can do later. The Deimos wings and the port window, just so you have a view within the living quarters. I got a couple of equipment plates up there as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the middle section. Now once you have the middle section built, and then I'll take a second and I'll go over each one again, just in case somebody's trying to follow along. And some Deimos there. Alright, so once you have the middle section done, you can go ahead and start. So you really won't be able to build the bottom until you have the middle built, because the bottom pieces need to attach to the middle. But I just have it exploded so you guys can see what exactly is on the bottom before I go ahead and connect these pieces. So we got the Stroud Eklund again, and then the lander, more Stroud caps, cargo. Again, cargo is preference. I just kind of went with the design to try to keep it fluid. Stroud Eklund. Oh, we do have some of this one. We don't have a lot of parts from this company, but if you have the landing pad at your outpost, you'll be able to get the majority of these parts. Like I said, the only ones were like the Stroud 2x2s and some of the weapons. And then this is all just landing gear, because you know you gotta have the main fucking landing gear for everything. You got the 3x1 engineering and more landing. So that's the gist of this one. So that's what's on the bottom here. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. I like those lines use the front. So the top should be one space behind the lander, or the loading ramps. So you should still have that space right there. Then you know you're lined up. And as long as your window is lined up, you know you're centered and you're far back enough. So let's see, real quick. Bear with me, this is my first kind of tutorial video, so I'm still learning how to do all this. Alright, so now you can see the bottom. It is all attached and everything works out just fine this way. So again, like I said, you're going to have to build the middle before you begin building your bottom pieces, just because the bottom pieces snap to the underside of the middle. And I did do a live video of me making this ship on Twitch, so there is a recording on like the 2-hour process of me creating the shit. As far as this is the cockpit and engines. So we got the Stroud bridge, and again the as long as it's the Tiki bridge, you're fine. It just, the number dictates like the cargo and all of that. But as long as it's this one, you're good. We got the Nova Galactic cowling, Stroud control station, more Nova Galactic cowlings, whatever, however you say that. Got some cargo hold, engines. Here goes some of the Hopetech stuff that I mentioned earlier. Deimos, DC-401 reactor. Don't want that one, or at least a really strong reactor. Again, some of those parts of preference. As long as it's C-class, you should be fine. But you're going to need these engines, the Supernova 2000 engines. Now, once you have all of that built, there it is. Double click it. Just bring it as far forward as you can. This is far as it's going to bring forward. We're done. Alright, so here are the weapons and some of like the trim pieces over here. So a lot of it's Hopetech. And it's the Hopetech cap. And you kind of just have to flip and go through the different variants to get the ones that you need. So the 3 in the middle are mids. Then we got a starboard mid, starboard aft, port mid. I'm using the rapid fire rail guns. There's a lot of R's. Turrets. I got a pulse laser and my scanner and some missiles over here. And again, the weapons are by choice. Honestly, I went with these missiles just because they kept the aesthetic. Same with the guns. So we're gonna go ahead and select all of this. And then my guns are already, excuse me, aligned because I exploded the ship. But once you have this trim piece made, it's basically just like a big T or cross. I don't know. You can go ahead and place it, and then it's one spot in front of the wing. So you can kind of see the placement of the guns. And then there it is, that's it. That's the Imperial light cruiser. It's honestly one of the more simple designs. It just took me a while to figure out exactly how I wanted to build it. But you guys let me know what you guys think, if you like it. Give me some constructive criticism or feedback as far as the video and the tutorial. Again, I'm kind of new to this, but somebody told me I should be showing people how I make some of these. I have more ships that I will be posting. If nothing else, we're just gonna go into a little montage of the outside and inside and flying. Let's see how this goes.
Pressure holding. Takeoff looks good.